With this video, I want to introduce you to a super cool way to find trending and growing meme coins that are growing right now. And it's with this service, bubblemaps.io. For full disclosure, I have zero relationship with this company. I'm only showing it because it's interesting and it works. So we're on their website now. It's free to create an account. So what you would do is launch the app, click on that, create your account. If you don't have an account, obviously you're just starting out here. So you will click on sign up and create your account. Then it will ask you to log in. After you log in immediately, you'll see a screen like this. This is the dashboard you see when you log in. Let's look at it together. You see here is a list of trending tokens. These are currently going up and pumping. You see it says on the right side of the column, market cap and price, and you see there's a rise. So if we look at Zora, this first one, I'll pull it up. And this is Zora at the exact moment that I'm filming this. So I'm filming this on July 24th, and around July 13th, so 11 days ago, it was not even a penny, just under a penny. Now it's 4.5 pennies. So a big rise. Again, you're never going to buy it here because here it wasn't trending. But around here, probably you can spot it. And so let's say you bought it at 2 cents, maybe sold it at 3 cents. Hey, wait a second. Not as good as this chart shows, but pretty incredible. That's a 50% return in a couple of days. In the stock market world, you would be excited and thrilled if you made 10% in a year. That would be a good return. So let's look at another one. Let's see, there's this, don't even know how to pronounce it, a cryptocurrency that looks like from a game. I've never heard of this, but let's look at it. Totakeke. So we're just going to go to Totakeke price. And you see it's trending, and the trending just happened. So the 23rd of July is just when it started, and now it's the 24th. So it went from 1/10 of a penny, now it's 4/10 of a penny. Okay, pretty good. Let's say you buy it here, can't predict the future, but let's say if it gets to 1/6 of a penny from 1/4 of a penny, all right, you sell some, let the rest ride. Let's say it gets to 1/7 of a penny, you sell some more, you've already profited, sold more than you invested in it. You can leave a little bit, maybe we'll go to 1 penny, and you can sell the rest there if you believe in it. If it sparks your interest, you can leave a tiny bit to let it ride. Maybe it goes to 2 pennies eventually, sell a little more there, and just keep a tiny bit, probably an irrelevant amount at that point, but you've ridden the wave and made some profits, which is a great case. Now keep in mind, this is highly, extra highly speculative. We're only looking at the chart, building up our own FOMO, fear of missing out. We don't even know anything about this. Why is it growing? No clue. Are there some industry news? No clue. Here are some news, by the way. Why is Totokake's price up today? On the right side, you'll see some information about it. It says here, rally appears to be driven by technical momentum and retail speculation rather than fundamentals. Okay, you see, it's a pump and dump. A big part of this is maybe an intraday trade. You see this chart, you buy a little bit. Keep in mind, it's super risky. It's not something I recommend. It's just an option. The ultimate decision is up to you, but you might take it, make a goal. Hey, put in a sell order at 0.006 if you buy it at 0.004. Take some profits within the same day. Go buy yourself some ice cream. But don't spend all your profits in one place. But at the end of the day, this is the power of bubblemaps.io. Really cool site. Gives you trending tokens. And also gives you some featured tokens. I'm not sure, honestly, if it's featured because somebody chooses it or because they're just big like Shiba Inu. You know, this is kind of one of the best known meme coins out there. You see really high market cap, 8, not million, but billion. Whereas these are tiny, right, in the millions of market cap. Just to give you a sense of how little that is, if you look at my own cryptocurrency, the Spark token, SPRK, I have a market cap of 136,000. But it's without that meteoric pump. It's all organic, naturally growing from actual real investors. And I'm already at 136,000 market cap, meaning that when you see such a small market cap, that's a tiny coin. On the one hand, it can still have room to grow tremendously. So you can actually take a closer look at it and think this age with under 1 million market cap, the volatility, which means the potential to go up in a day, can be pretty significant. And so it just becomes interesting. Again, all of it is highly speculative. I cannot emphasize that enough. It's not something where I say buy it or don't buy it. This here is not investment advice, but it's certainly education. and an introduction to bubblemaps.io, which is a very, very interesting service that can help you identify buying opportunities every day. And once you get used to trading this, you'll kind of get a sense of how long the spikes tend to be and become better at trading it. So certainly a fascinating and very, very useful tool for meme coin speculative investments. And one thing that's really great and an investor's dream in smaller altcoins, meme coins, is the potential for that 1,000% spike, 10,000% spike. It's possible, but as investors, we often have a shared experience that frustratingly, we only learn about it after the fact. Other people profit from the spike, somehow learn about it early, and then we learn about it. Oh yeah, look at that cryptocurrency, it spiked, but we missed out on it. This is the common experience where people don't actually know which cryptocurrencies are going to spike. So I want to introduce you to a cryptocurrency that I recently launched that has been growing steadily, and I'm rolling out a lot of promotional materials for it, and it's going to get a lot of publicity soon. At least I'm working on that. I'm an experienced marketer. But now it's still early. It's my SPRK, Spark cryptocurrency that I launched specifically with the aim of helping creators and entrepreneurs raise money. Think of it as Kickstarter or Patreon, but with cryptocurrency and taking advantage of many of the benefits of cryptocurrency. You can learn more about this project on sprktoken.com, which I'm showing you on the screen now, to learn about the many, many real-world benefits and utilities of this cryptocurrency. And what I want to show you now are some charts and price projections for this cryptocurrency based on calculations of ChatGPT. So this is not speculative information from me. These charts are going to come from ChatGPT. What does come from me is the actual growth and the ability to attract investors long term. But luckily, I'm a top 1% marketer online, having reached 1 million students on Udemy, and having large and engaged communities on other platforms as well. So I have exactly the right kind of background to grow a digital asset. So with that in mind, let me show you the actual price projection of this cryptocurrency so that you can see whether you might be interested in making an investment in it at this early stage at which it can still grow 1,000 or more %, which is not a guarantee, but a reasonable bet to make considering the risk reward. You might put in $20 or $25 or $50. That's almost nothing to risk. But if the reward is 100x or 1,000x, as you'll see from the price projections coming up, that makes it a great bet to take. And if you're interested in investing in this cryptocurrency, in the description of this video, I'll have a link to another video which shows exactly how to invest in this cryptocurrency. So let's look at the SPRK token growth path as it goes from 1/10 of a penny in price to, as you can see here, $1,000 per token and beyond. Yes, it's possible. So let me explain how it's possible and what is the underlying mechanism so that you understand how it works. The way such tokens work is that the organization that minted this token provides the liquidity for trading. In this case, there are 10 million tokens available for trading. That's what you see referenced here on the bottom left. You see 10 million on the bottom left on the x-axis, on the bottom axis. Then as 5 million tokens are left, 3 million, 2 million, the price goes up because supply of tokens decrease, the price per token increases. So you can see that while there are still about 10 million outstanding tokens out there, and the liquidity pool at the launch of this token was exactly 10 million tokens. So at that point, it's 1/10 of a penny. But as people buy up, you see here, even up to 5 million tokens, which by the way is not hard to do because it's 1/10 of a penny here. So with just $1, you can buy 1,000 tokens. So it's pretty easy to sell the first 5 million tokens, after which the price is still under a penny, but almost 10x from the initial launch price. So if you invest early in this, you get incredibly disproportionate results because even though this line looks linear, it's only because of how the line looks. The actual price growth is incredibly exponential because you see that after 5 million tokens are purchased, then after about 3 million tokens are purchased, here we are at the 1 penny per token price point, which is 10x of where it launched. Then as people keep on buying more tokens at 1 million remaining tokens in the liquidity pool, the price becomes approximately 50 cents. So now you went from a tenth of a penny to 50 cents. That's an incredible return, but that's only the beginning. After this inflection point, the price appreciation increases dramatically because the journey from having 10 million tokens outstanding to 500,000 tokens outstanding is not a difficult journey, but you see it starts getting close to $1. And as you get closer to 100,000 tokens remaining in the liquidity pool, you start reaching the $50 price point. And as people buy up more tokens, obviously it's harder to buy them now because they're more expensive, the price increases. So the real exponential chart looks like this. You see, it's relatively slow growth, but if you want to get to a hockey stick, the moment until which you wait is when you have under 1,000 tokens remaining in the liquidity pool, and especially under 100, it really takes off. Now, at this point, it's really hard to sell a token because obviously a token is going to be worth 200,000, so it's not realistic. But to get here, it is realistic. That path is not difficult because at the moment of filming this video, as you can see the price growth here, there's only slightly over 9 million tokens remaining in the liquidity pool because some people bought early. And you can see that up to around the 5 million token mark, this token is incredibly cheap and you can get so many of them and profit from the next people investing after you. So imagine what would happen if you bought at a tenth of a penny or a fifth of a penny or at a penny per token, but then it went to $1. That's 100x your investment. $100 becomes $10,000. But what if you put in $100 very early? Then it becomes $100,000. What if you invest $500 very early and it goes up to $1 or a little more? That's $500,000. So $500 invested when it's still a tenth of a penny in not so distant future. Obviously there are risks, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel for how the growth can happen. That $500 that you might invest at a tenth of a penny can become $500,000 when the token price reaches $1. Because to go from a tenth of a penny to $1 is 1,000x. Which brings me to the point that even though there is risk, you might just lose some money. Although it's nearly impossible to lose a lot, because if you get in early, the price can't go below this price point of a tenth of a penny per token because that's the price at which it was launched, which is what the liquidity pool that was created allows. So the potential loss isn't that great, but if you can make a bet of 1 to 1,000, that's a good bet to make. So hopefully this visually illustrates the light at the end of the tunnel and how early investors can benefit from owning this token. So with that, of course, I welcome you to become an early investor and profit from the growth of this token.